Thank you for clicking on the video. We've got a lot to cover, but right off the bat, yes, I am a 2021 Spartan athlete and I am so excited. Let's get into it. So right off the bat, I'm a Spartan athlete. So what does that mean? That means that I'm racing for free this year, which is, like, to me, mind-blowing. Crazy. So crazy. All 2021, I'm going to be racing for free, and that means so much to me. That's crazy. That's so crazy. It also means that for certain Spartan race merch, like this shirt and a lot of other things that they have on Spartan, fitness gear, that kind of thing, you can get a discount from the link that's in my caption below. Which, like, listen, this is not normal for me. Do you understand? Like, I'm not used to this kind of thing. I don't really, like, I'm not used to getting things from companies or like having links. So I'm being very open and honest about all this. Like, I will get a kickback, whatever you get from Spartan. I get points or something, and I'll get like a kickback or something like that. I honestly don't know, but I would love it if you do like Spartan merchandise, to go pick some up, use my link, and you'll get a discount. And yeah. So anyway, that's just, I just wanted to clear that up right at the beginning. So my Spartan race journey starts 8 years ago. I have been Spartan racing for 8 years. That's crazy to me. So when I first started, I saw an ad for Spartan Race and I was just like highly motivated by it. So 8 years ago, I wasn't at my highest weight, but I had gained some weight back. I had put some weight back on. I was like going, how people do. I was going up and down, up and down, up and down. And so at this current spot in my life, I was 25 years old. I had started putting some weight back on. I think I was about 360 pounds when I started training for my first Spartan race. And when I did my first Spartan race 8 years ago, I was 312 pounds. And I remember that number because I had gotten down to 300, but then like 2 weeks before the race, I got super stressed. I did a lot of binge eating right before a Spartan race, not great. And yeah, I had put on 12 pounds of just, quick food that I'd been stuffing my face with all week long. That race was incredible. That race, like, opened my eyes to what it meant to do something that sucked. It was the first real time that I actually put myself in a position that I was very uncomfortable with and that sucked. It was hard. It was so hard for me, especially because when I was 312 pounds 8 years ago, I wasn't a fit 312 pounds. I feel like this current version of myself, the one that I've shared with you guys as Focus Fight Finish here the past couple of years, when I was 312 pounds this time, I feel like I was pretty fit. Whereas that time, I don't know, I think I was just doing a really steep caloric deficit, kind of starving myself and then still binge eating, every once in a while. So my weight was just going up and down. It was not healthy. But that first Spartan race and having this story of having lost 100 pounds, because I had come down from my heaviest weight, which was 406. So at the time I was like almost down 100 pounds. And so, everyone was very motivated about that on race day, and I actually got in touch with some PR people, and so they wanted to include me in the Spartan Race's first book and Joe DeCina's first book. It was like crazy to me that I was being asked to do this, because I knew deep down I was still binge eating on the side, and I was still like gaining weight, and then I'd like really go on a steep caloric deficit and lose a bunch of weight, and then gain a bunch of weight from binge eating. And so it felt a little dirty being asked to be in this book, but I did it because if the founder of Spartan Race is asking to be in your book, you're gonna do it. So I was in this book. This is Spartan Race's first book, Spartan Up, and a take no prisoners guide to overcoming obstacles and achieving peak performance in life. It's a pretty intense title there, Joe. I like it. So let me just read you the page, because it's not like, look at that. I kind of forgot. This book is cool. I don't even know if you can still buy this book anymore, but it's a good book. except for the pages when you read about me, because they were basically lies. Okay. This is why I have shame. The chapter of this that I'm specifically featured in is Change Your Diet, Change Your Life. That's the name of this chapter. Oh, I love that this is about food. I mean, obviously it is, because I was being featured in the book as part of my weight loss journey, but like, you know, I was very, very much abusing food at this moment in my life. And so that's why I never felt good about being featured in this book, and it was just so shameful. So let me just read a little excerpt here, just this first page, so you can kind of understand how I was featured here. Throw out everything you know about food and diet. Take it and dump it in the trash as unceremoniously as you would discard a bag of fast food remains after you leave your car. Do it before anyone sees the incriminating evidence on the car seat. Okay, so I'll continue, but you obviously, if you know anything about me and my binge eating habits of the past, you know why that is striking a nerve. At age 23, Tony Reyes was the poster child for the fast food, sedentary lifestyle that has fattened up the United States and the rest of the world. He weighed 400 pounds and slept wearing a mask to manage sleep apnea, a condition highly correlated with obesity. Anytime the mask would slip off in the middle of the night, Tony would wake up gasping for air, certain he was about to die. Then he would sob in despair. That's true. Tony applied to be a contestant on The Biggest Loser television show and made it through several rounds of casting before being eliminated. Also very true. I don't know if I've ever talked about that on this channel, but I got very close to being on Biggest Loser, and I didn't get on, but anyway, that's a whole other topic. I digress. His dashed hopes made him even more despondent. A stand-up comedian by trade, he began, by trade, successful hobby at best, okay. He began to pepper his monologues with self-deprecating fat guy jokes. The laughter didn't wash over him. It filled him with animosity for his audience and self-loathing. Why are they all laughing and not trying to help me? He recalls thinking. Can't they tell I hate this life and I need support to change? Wow. I have not read this in a long time. When I first signed up for the race, I was scared, he recalls. I didn't tell anyone because I wanted to be able to back out and quit like most of my other weight loss attempts. Anyway, it goes on to talk about like how I lost weight, how I work with a personal trainer, different things that I was doing, that I was able to undergo significant and sustainable weight loss. It's remarkable. This last sentence about me. Perhaps many people finally find the motivation and accountability needed to undergo significant and sustainable weight loss. It's a remarkable thing to behold. Wow. I had so many feelings when this book came out. It hurt, it sucked, it was exciting, but mainly it sucked because I knew this wasn't true. I knew that the person that they were talking about in this book didn't really exist. It was a lie because while, after I got interviewed and the book took time to come out, I did a couple more Spartan races. I've done 2 or 3 Spartan sprints and 1 Spartan super. And, in that time, by the time I ran my last race, I had gained about 20 to 30 pounds back. And so that last race was awful. I think that last race I ran it at like 340 pounds. It was really hard. It was really, really hard. So, it's so weird to read those stories and to read those words because I remember just feeling so much shame about it, about what I was hiding and about how I wasn't doing it sustainably and I wasn't doing it responsibly. And, this is kind of a reminder of when I was doing things in a fake way. And I was faking the weight loss, I was faking, the mindset change. It was all fake because it wasn't sustainable. So, and therefore it was fake. It wasn't real. It didn't last. It wasn't real. And I will always hold on to this book to keep that lesson that it is better to take 4 years to do something than to take 4 months and have it be a fake result. Because if it doesn't last, it doesn't matter. So as you can tell, I have quite the history with Spartan racing, and that is why when I started this current journey that I'm on, this Focus Fight Finish that you know me from, the big goal after losing my first 50 pounds for my son's first birthday, my big goal was to compete in a Spartan race again, to run another Spartan race. And man, it felt so good to get back out there, to get my feet, my hands, my teeth in the mud, and to gruel through another race felt just incredible. The Spartan race has always stood for something greater than who I am.
Who am I? Did you respond? I'm Spartan. Who am I?
I am Spartan.
I said, who am I?
I am Spartan.
Who am I?
I am Spartan.
Spartans, prepare for victory. Let's go!
So those were a couple excerpts from the video that I made about the Spartan race that I'll go ahead and link it here. Definitely check that out. But yeah, it's just, it just is something that I have always loved. I've always enjoyed Spartan racing, and I am so thrilled to officially be a Spartan race athlete. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. That is, to me, that is about as full circle as you can get. If you want to do a race with me, please let me know. I'll make a Focus Fight Finish team, and we'll sign up together, and we'll do the damn thing. Because if anything that I've learned from Spartan racing, it's that no one gets through a race alone. You need help along the course, and the Spartan community is there to provide that help. They have always been there for me to help me over that last inch of an obstacle, to cheer me on as I'm trying to finish my burpees for a failed obstacle. Like, the Spartan race community, man, is freaking awesome on race day. It's so great. So for the channel, I'm gonna be bringing you guys a lot of Spartan content, how to train for races, how to prep for races, what I bring on race day, all that kind of stuff. And then obviously, like, behind the scenes of each of the races that I'm doing, I'll take you along. I just got a new GoPro, pretty excited to use it this year for Spartan racing. And yeah, man, it's just gonna be a great year. I feel like it's gonna be a pretty incredible year, and I'm here for it. After last year, I'm here for a good year. So that being said, Spartan training starts today. I've got a lot of races this year, and today starts the countdown. I am in full-fledged Spartan training mode, and I am so excited to be back. I love Spartan racing, I love the community, and I'm pumped that I am a Spartan athlete. So without any further ado, let's get into that first workout. that is the end of my Spartan training workout, the first one. I still have 30 minutes on the bike. I'm gonna do a nice long cool down, just kind of cycling on the bike. So yeah, it kind of rounds out my cardio and my strength training, which is so important for Spartan races. And yeah, I'm pumped for this year, man. I got a lot of Spartan races lined up, and I'm finally gonna hit my trifecta, which has just always been so important to me. And I just thank you again to Spartan and Spartan Race for having me as an athlete this year. Can't tell you how much it means to me, especially given where I came from. I really appreciate it. So let's push ourselves this year. Let's get after it, and let's just make ourselves better. I'm pumped to make myself better this year. Again, if you're interested in any of this Spartan merchandise, go check out my link down below. It saves you a little bit of money, helps out the channel, supports the channel really, and I can't thank you enough for doing that. So thank you again, and we'll see you next week. Peace.